The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRCmedia, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
This week on FRCmedia News, Fall River voters have narrowed the field to 2 in this week's mayoral preliminary election. We have a recap. Diman Regional Vocational Technical High School was put on lockdown after a call concerning a bomb and a gun at the school was made to police. And we get a look at People Incorporated's state-of-the-art early education center. All this and more coming up. It's Thursday, September 18th, 2025. This is FRCmedia News. I'm Keith Tebow. Fall River Mayor Paul Coogan and challenger Gabriel Boomer Amaral have earned the right to run off for mayor in November, following this week's mayoral preliminary election. The votes showed Mayor Coogan finishing on top, earning 49% of the vote at 3,076. In finishing second, Mr. Amaral garnered 1,954 votes, or 39% of the ballots cast. South End Cafe owner Christopher Sylvia, who suspended his campaign on Labor Day, finished third with 616 votes. Former Flint Neighborhood Association President Carlos Caesar came in fourth with 513 votes, while Michael Vandal finished fifth with only 88 votes. Less than 6,300 voters cast ballots in the election, just over 10% of those registered. During our coverage of the results with Fall River Government Television, former mayor and political analyst John Mitchell said there are many reasons residents did not turn out to vote, among them the local coverage of the race.
I think the biggest thing with the turnout is the fragmented media locally.
Yeah.
You know, nationally it's different, and even statewide. But locally, if everyone's looking at a different social media source or a different online, news source, it's a little different. Where years ago, you had kind of concentrated sources. You had the news here, or back then on Warren Street.
Yeah.
You had the Herald News, you had the Providence Journal, and you had 12, 10, and 6 that covered local politics to a great extent. And there was more readily available information about local politics. Now it's there, but it's days later, and it comes from scattered sources, and people kind of pick and choose. So I think it affects the interest in the election.
With the November ballot for mayor set, former Mayor Mitchell said the candidates can use the results of Tuesday's preliminary to strategize how they can garner more support.
Typically, it was a good-sized poll. It really was, when I ran for mayor, each time there was a primary, and it was a big help. But, even as city councilor, particularly when I first got in politics, it was a big help, those first few elections in the primary. You'd find out where you were weak, where you were strong. Campaigning was a lot different. You didn't have the immediate access to who voted, who didn't. You literally had to go through the rolls yourself. It wasn't computerized. So it was a lot different, but you got a sense where in the city, you were pulling votes from and where you were weak. And what we always did is where we were weak, we'd try to go out there, especially with council, because, you're looking for one of those 9 votes.
Right.
So, you could approach people and say, I know you live next to, or someone's your favorite, but, give me a 2nd or a 7th, or I'll even take a 9th.
Here are what Mayor Coogan and Gabriel Boomer Amaral had to say about their nominations on Tuesday night.
So I just want to thank everybody tonight for their help. I've said it a number of times, this is the most unique race I've ever been in. You go from poll to poll, there's no sign holders, there's no voters. It was very, very low turnout. I'm sure as we generate more interest in the race going to November, we got some work to do, and that's what every election is. We never back off from a battle, and I congratulate Gabriel Boomer Amaral. I congratulate Gabriel Boomer Amaral. I look forward to all my friends and colleagues on the City Council and the school committee being on the ballot to again draw more interest in the race as we go forward. But with that being said, there are so many positive things going on in the city of Fall River. We're not going to lose sight of them, whether it's the waterfront, whether it's Diman, whether it's Durfee, whether it's the streets, the sidewalks, public safety. We are going to focus on the positives in this city, and we are not going to turn this into a negative race if I have anything to do with it. With that being said, again, though, we will make sure that our message gets out and it's clear and concise. And going forward, I look for all your help, and I appreciate you coming out tonight. Go home and get some sleep. Thank you.
I don't think any one precinct is more important than the other, so I don't know that I'm going to do anything so different. I do think that I need to find a way to reach everyone a little bit more efficiently, a little bit more effectively. So I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna be out there. I have a few more volunteers now, people helping out. It's just me and my daughter for all this time, right? Because I kept that circle small. I didn't want the favors. I didn't want the nonsense. I kind of wanted to just focus. I liked being out there, being the one putting the signs up and answering the questions. I like doing that. But 100,000 people is a lot of people to reach, right? And say it's 50,000 voters, that's a lot of people to reach still. So we're definitely going to find a way to get out there and do that. And I'm hoping, again, with those voters that went with Carlos or went with Christopher, they're good people. And I hope that they can see that in me and they reach out and they're willing to work with me like they were with them and pull it together. And if we all come together, that's exactly what you're going to get. Do we have all the answers? Are we going to go in there on day one and snap our fingers and have everything handed to us? Absolutely not. It's going to take work. It's going to take buy-in from a lot of things. But we have the ability to do that. And together, we're going to make that happen.
There are 6 weeks until the November 4th municipal election. The mayoral candidates will be joined by 14 candidates running for city council and 10 for school committee. Stay with FRC Media as we provide extensive coverage of the candidates and the issues. We're organizing 3 candidate forums in the coming weeks. The first is on Tuesday, October 7th at 6:30 p.m. when we welcome the candidates running for school committee. On Thursday, October 16th, we'll hold 2 panels of candidates running for city council, with forums beginning at 6 p.m. and again at 8 p.m. Then on Tuesday, October 21st, we'll host the candidates for mayor beginning at 6:30 p.m. Please save these dates, and you can check out these forums live on Channel 95 and online. More details coming soon. Students, teachers, and staff at Diman Regional Vocational Technical High School were put on lockdown Wednesday morning after reports to police indicated that a person in distress had a bomb and an AK-47 inside one of the bathrooms at the school. Police locked down the school and conducted a thorough search of the premises, but did not find any weapons. Outside, police helicopters were seen patrolling the school from above, while parents assembled at the scene. The school was dismissed for the day beginning at 12:30 p.m. Police say they are still investigating the incident. A member of the Fall River Historical Commission resigned this week after fallout over his comments surrounding the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. WJAR-TV in Providence reported on the matter Friday after receiving a screenshot of the comments made by Jason Bouchard-Naraki. In a release Monday, Mayor Paul Coogan said after speaking with Mr. Bouchard-Naraki, it was mutually agreed upon that he resign. The mayor also said that all volunteers on city boards and commissions will be educated on and expected to comply with the city's social media policy outlined in its employee handbook. Members of the Fall River City Council's Committee on Public Safety recently received an update from Fall River's police, fire, emergency medical services, and emergency management departments. Police Chief Kelly Furtado said the department is still well below what she feels would be an optimum staffing level of officers.
Ultimately, where we would like to be is 192 officers. That's like the best, right? Obviously, that's probably not realistic, so 180 is where we would like to be as far as manpower goes. Right now, we're at 153 total officers. There's 12 in the academy right now, and so that brings us up to 165. The problem that we have is there's 153 officers, but there's only 132 that are active, right? So there's 12 long-term sick, 2 on administrative leave, 4 on light duty right now. So that's right now today. The long-term sick, that's a couple of guys got hurt. They tore their triceps. They've been out on surgery. They've been out with surgery. The other ones are out pending retirement.
The chief provided the committee with statistics to date on the department's fight against illegal drug and firearm possession and its response to calls about homeless encampments across the city.
The homeless encampment calls is we speak about this often. There was a total of 614 calls regarding homeless encampments since January 1st. Of the 614, there was 424 were proactive patrols and enforcement. So that included the rail trail behind Taco Bell, bottom of Kennedy Park, Bessie's Beach, which we don't have too many problems down there. 1205 Brayton Avenue, which is the down at the bottom of Brayton Avenue near the water there, the Dave's Beach area. Henry Street Boat Ramp, rail trail again, bottom of Birch Street, and then behind Talbot Middle School, which that was very quickly taken care of that.
Within the fire department, Chief Jeffrey Bacon says he anticipates an increase in staffing levels over the next few months.
So our manpower right now is at 178 as we stand. We have 4 new recruits starting on October 6th. We're anticipating 4 more retirements in January, so we'll be looking to fill those spots proactively. And we're anxiously awaiting the SAFER grant, the announcement on the SAFER grant, where we hope to be awarded. We're optimistic that we'll be getting 10 positions through SAFER. Just this week, we signed with the civil service the local register option, which the police have been using to great success, and that allows the chief, essentially me, to establish a list that we can hire off of. And what I'll be doing with that is looking to hire people who are firefighters, who are firefighter 1 and 2 trained at the Mass Fire Academy and EMT basic, so that we can eliminate the 6 to 9 month process of onboarding and get those people in the company within a very short period of time, hopefully within a month or 2 from when we start hiring.
The chief also said with the anticipated completion of the reconstruction of Route 79 and Duval Street next year, work has begun to determine what impact any new development along the waterfront will have on public safety resources.
Until we know exactly how many units are going to be, is it going to be commercial, are going to be restaurants, are going to be bars, like what's going on, we're using, so we have the city had hired a consultant, as you're aware. Meeting with him, we're putting the finishing touches on what we had hired him to do, and one of those things was to kind of simulate what it might look like down there and create a call volume for that. So we're hoping to have just that kind of base model. That's just fire, because they only used our runs for that. So we're hoping to have a better idea of what that might look like, just so that we can plan accordingly.
We'll have more FRC Media News after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Physical therapist, South Coast Rehab Services, located at 235 Hanover Street, seeks a full-time physical therapist responsible for developing and implementing treatment plans for patients. Job number 230-66635. Hairstylist, Regis Corporation, located at 450 William S. Canning Boulevard, is urgently looking for a full-time hairstylist, responsible for consulting with guests, understanding their preferences, and recommending appropriate hairstyles and products. Job number 230-62627. Intensive Care Coordinator, the Department of Child and Family Services, located at 1822 North Main Street, is seeking a full-time intensive care coordinator responsible for coordinating all services and support identified in the intensive care plans for the client. Job number 230-641-78. Wheelchair van driver. Community Connections Incorporated, located at 1784 North Main Street, is urgently looking for a part-time wheelchair van driver. For more information, call 508-744-2100. L3 Harris, located at 275 Martine Street, has an immediate need for the following full and part-time positions. Field Engineer Intern, job number 230-65735. Senior Specialist Field Engineering, job number 230-65736. For more information about these or other positions, visit Mass Hire JobQuest at jobquest.dcs.eol.mass.gov or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
My name is David Perry. I'm the president of the Greater Fall River Food Pantry. And what we do here is we provide food to clients that are in need. We're always trying to get more people involved in what we're doing, and we're trying to concentrate on youth. And it's all about helping people, and that's what we should all be doing, is helping someone. So it's a great opportunity for them to, come down here and give us a couple of hours a week. It's not long; it's 2 hours a day. And once they start volunteering, it's like a family. It really is. So getting these younger people involved. It's just great. It's great to see. It's great to have younger generations seeing what's going on in the real world, as we call it, and helping out.
I've gotten a new outlook on the community. I've been able to see all sides, helped me learn just a lot about Fall River as a whole.
We like to get students in from 14 years of age and older. It's not about the Greater Fall River Community Food Pantry. It's about what the Greater Fall River Community Food Pantry does as an outreach. We want to reach out to the community. Most schools require that the students put in volunteer hours. We're a perfect example of receiving those students, and that way they get their hours accredited, and it gives them a good learning experience.
Volunteering here made you feel good, felt like you were helping out the community, and also it really helped me out with making my application stand out with having volunteer hours on them. When I'm applying for jobs, I've been on the hunt right now, and I've done a lot more interviews since I did charity work here. Makes you really stand out, and also just feels good helping out the community.
I love hearing other people's lives, how other people live, other people's families. It's interesting, and I really like to do this work.
Come down and see what it's like. Come down and take an opportunity to help someone else. Come and see what's really happening in the world out there.
Welcome back. People Incorporated state-of-the-art early education center is open in the city's north end. The facility sits on 4 acres of land off Weaver Street and currently serves a combined population of 180 infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. Executive Director Megan Stirk says the vision for the center has been a long-term endeavor.
I think it's exceeded our expectations. This goes back 10 years, and 10 years ago we were looking at existing buildings in the city, and we were talking about renovations. And just in the last 5-6 years, and upon finding this 4 acres of land here, we made that commitment that we're going to start from the bottom up, and we took the initiative that we're going to build the school exactly how we envision it, rather than taking an existing building and trying to modify it. And so I think that added a huge dynamic change to what you see here, is that every single detail we were part of. So from the way the diaper changing tables are laid out, to the playground equipment, to the playground landscape, to the room we're standing in right now, every single detail we were able to have insight and opinion into, and truly make it for what's best for these kids.
There are still finishing touches being performed at the school, which cost the organization $13 million to construct, with support from public and private partners.
We started our capital campaign about 2 years ago, and the community jumped on it. I think people realize the importance of early education, and so whether our local banks, local foundations, The number of folks who came to the table and said, this is important and this is what the city needs, we couldn't have done it without our community support, and further, without the state support. The state's been a huge factor in this as well. So we're really grateful that leaders throughout our community and throughout our state saw what we envisioned here, saw what we truly brought to light, and supported us financially as well behind it.
Along with the new Early Education Center, People Incorporated will still operate its Children's Center on Cove Street that focuses on niche early education programs. It's all part of enhancing the growing need within the region to expand early educational opportunities for local families.
A lot of communities are pushing ahead for universal pre-K. And if this city wants to move ahead with universal pre-K, more schools are going to be needed. So right now there's a gap in capacity in terms of if all kiddos at that 2.9 to 5 or 6 years of age want to get a preschool education, there's not enough room in our community for all of those students. So that push for universal pre-K is going to have to be coupled with expansion of programs like this, and so we're happy to be able to do our part to meet the city need when that time comes.
Ms. Sturck says the new center provides quality early educational services to families regardless of their income.
There's subsidized slots here. The majority of this school is contracted through the Department of Early Ed and Care, and that means that families are able to come in and pay what they're able to pay. We open our doors to everyone in this community. We're fortunate with the state contracts, but all kids of all abilities we are able to serve here and to meet the financial needs of the families that we support as well. We've got over 180 kiddos in the school as of right now. That number is going to increase to over 200 in the next few weeks, and just the look of awe from staff and parents and kiddos to come into this school. It's so bright, it's so colorful. It's just been amazing to watch this unfold over the last few weeks.
People Incorporated is planning to hold an official ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new Early Education Center sometime next month. We'll wrap up this edition of FRC Media News after this.
Hi, welcome to Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. Today we are showing you Air. It's a kind of an odd name, but he's a nice boy. He's about almost a year and a half old now. He was unfortunately an owner surrendered to us, and he very much likes us. He's just kind of skittish. He's not used to this kind of environment with all the other dogs barking, people coming and going. Still a young guy, a little nervous about it. He's a gentle guy, very, very sweet. He just kind of needs somebody with a little bit of patience, understanding, and the know-how to keep expanding his horizons, I suppose. But if you're interested in Air, you can come down to 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts at River Falls Animal Shelter. Today we are showing you Jezebel. Jezebel is only 7 months old, so she's an older kitten. She is a red patch tabby, as you can see here. Short hair, beautiful and outgoing as she is. She actually came to us as a stray, and nobody ever came to claim her, unfortunately. She can go with kids. She does well with pretty much everybody that has come and seen her. So if you'd like to meet Jezebel, you can come down to 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts at River Falls Animal Shelter.
That's a wrap on this week's edition of FRC Media News. Please visit our website, frmedia.org, for more local news and information. FRC Media News airs Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. on Channel 95 and the Fall River HD channel, which you can find on Channel 1072. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.